Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Justin Haung of Northville Boys Basketball. How's it going, buddy?
Good. Thanks for having me, Casey.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks for coming on. So, how are you, bud?
I'm doing great. Spring break, sun's out. Doing great.
That's good. Um, so kind of just talking about the how the year went for you. What was it like this year? I know that you definitely had some ups and downs, but a pretty good season.
Yeah, no, the season overall for me was pretty good. We started out slow against some really top competition, but we really picked it up near the end of the season, heading into playoffs. Obviously, we played in districts, three overtime games, three wins, district championship. Pretty good season.
Yeah, let's talk about that district championship because you had to face a lot of the teams that you faced to just to get here. I mean, you had to beat Novi, you had to beat Detroit Catholic Central, and you beat both. Before we get to the district one, just obviously Northville's two biggest rivals, Novi and Detroit Catholic Central. What was it just like beating those two schools? Because I know that, yeah, I know that you guys have always had good battles up there.
No, it was definitely great. The environment was crazy. The atmosphere was crazy. Both student sections were extremely packed. Everyone was loud. It just felt really good beating both teams CC beat us earlier in the season. They came in talking a lot of smack and just felt good beating them.
Yeah, and then of course getting the win against Canton, of course, a team that you guys played a lot, during that time. What was that? What was it like to beat them, the eventual KLA champions?
It's just kind of the same situation with CC. They beat us two times prior to that. Our coach, one of our coaches said that out of 10 times, they probably beat us nine, but they've already beat us one time and they've already beat us twice, which means they cuts the probability down. So we prepared for them for a long time and worked hard as a team and we got the job done.
Yeah. Well, just talk about just like what was it like to go through league play because you definitely had some ups and downs, going into the year. Playing everybody twice because there were teams that you beat twice, teams that you split, and teams that you got beat by twice. So, what was it like to just go through conference play like that?
Conference play was definitely it was interesting to see. We came in expecting to get, first or second place in our conference, but, we came out strong. We beat Heartland, we beat Novi, and then we choked a couple games against Heartland, Howell. And then we had teams that ran us out the building first time we played them, Canton, Brighton. But the second time around, though, we were more prepared. Obviously, we did more scouting. We practiced more as a team, and then that led us into the playoffs against Canton and Novi.
Yeah. So going into there, what do you feel like you improved on this season as the season went on?
Definitely my defense. Our coach really told us to lock in on defense individually and as a team. So me and Carlos are both doing our part on the defensive end as well as offense.
Yeah. So just talking about like just overall, like, getting ready for the upcoming year. I know you're in AAU right now, but to just kind of talk about, how that's going and getting ready for the upcoming the high school season. I know it's still like 5 or 6, 7 months away, but it'll
Mhm.
be here before you know it.
True. I'm playing AAU with Defy the Odds Elite. My team is pretty stacked. We have Andrew Turnquist from Lakeland, 6'9" guard. We have a couple people from Grosse Pointe South, Carter Richards. We have Drew Colzell. We have Curon. He's from Detroit Edison. He's a wing. We have Nate Washburn from Dakota, 6'8" big. We have Ty Lowry from Detroit Prep. We're a pretty good team. We're looking to make some noise in the Under Armour circuit this year. And then that's just going to help me, play more at higher level competition. And it's going to translate to the KLAA next year.
You just dropped a few names that were on this podcast, and
Yeah.
of course, Andrew was on here a few weeks ago. Carter was on here a few weeks ago. Carter might be coming back on here next week, so that'll be exciting. And of course, some obviously Drew, a pretty talented player at I believe he was one of the Lance Cruz schools, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So so just kind of talk about like getting in that going into this summer season. What do you feel like you need to work on this in during the summer to get you ready for school?
Probably just putting on more weight and getting stronger. My athleticism is there, I'm pretty sure. I mean, my shooting's always been there. Defense locking down as a team, individually stay on the help line, one gap away. But the main thing for me is to get stronger.
Yeah, obviously a lot of, every team's going to have a lot of differences when they come in. Obviously, losing all the seniors from last year is definitely going to be something to watch. What have those guys kind of meant to you as you've kind of gone through the program?
They were more like role models to me. They led the team in practice, they led the team in games, they led the team in pretty much everything that we did. And it was just they set a really good example for us juniors and sophomores and rising juniors coming up next year.
Yeah. Um, can you believe that you'll be a senior at this time next year?
No, not really. High school's kind of flown by.
Yeah. Just just kind of going into that to get a district title after everything that you guys went through this year. What did that feel like?
It felt absolutely great. I mean, we weren't expected to win any of the games that we played in. We had a target on our back for sure, but CC came in. We matched up really well with them. We played really good defense against them. The coaching was great from our coaches, Sander, Turner, Dickin, and Jacobs. It was just a great coaching plan. We locked in on defense, got the job done, and we played Canton once again. We came into the game as underdogs. No one thought that we'd be able to beat them because we lost to them by 20 the last time we played them. But same plan, good coaching, locked in on defense, and everything's worked out.
Yeah. And then of course just getting ready. Take us through what AAU is going to look like for I know you kind of already did that, but overall, what some of the games that you're going to be going to this year because you're going to be doing some traveling this summer.
Yeah, most definitely. So we play on the Under Armour circuit. We're gonna go travel down to South Carolina. We're gonna be going to Vegas. We're gonna be going to Milwaukee. We're gonna be going to Georgia. We're gonna be going to all these places to play the top competition in the nation.
All right. Well, Justin, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us, and best of luck. Best of luck in the summer, and we'll talk to you before the season starts next year.
Sounds good. Thanks, Casey.